ladies, Danielle here from Ladies That Lead, Cultivating Superior Businesswomen, and I'm here with the beautiful Suchita here today, and she is going to share with us a little bit about her insight, and she's going to share with us something really exciting that she's planning in the pipeline for the future. So welcome.
Thank you, all beautiful ladies, and thank you so much, Danielle, for inviting me to be a part of this video series. So thank you so much for that.
No worries at all. So share with us a little bit about your background and sort of looking forward, what you know, who you help and how you help them. What problems do you solve?
All right, that's actually exciting.
Yeah.
I'm basically from India, and I landed in Australia 2 years back in 2014. So March 2014 to be precise. So I'm here on a work visa at the moment, and back in the country, I was an inspirational speaker and a coach. So I'm pursuing the same thing at the moment and helping out all the aspiring people. I love to work with people who desire to thrive rather than just to survive. So it's whatever blockages they have in their life, I can be the person to get rid of all that. I know how it feels to be in that difficult situation where, something holds you back, but you really don't know what that something is. And that's where I guess the coaches come in place. And to be the best to be the best in the coaching industry, what you really need is you should actually teach what you preach rather than just saying do this or do that, or you should be doing this or you should be doing that. You should know how, you should walk your talk. So that's how I feel, and I really give that a lot of value. And that's how I feel I can add value to people's life, because I know how it feels. So yeah.
Perfect. And what kind of coaching, like who's your ideal client? Are you dealing with people with blockages in relationships or wealth and around money, or in business, or in sort of health and fitness? Do you sort of have a niche specific, or you can help sort of whoever?
I'm a smile coach.
Yeah.
That's my niche. And for me, SMILE stands for Stupendous Magnificent Identity with Lasting Empowerment.
Right.
That's what SMILE is. And I believe that people who smile more, they have less stress in their lives.
Yeah.
And because it's very simple. When you smile, you can't be stressed.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. So like you are smiling right now, you are not like this. And when we are not like this, we can be the best of our own versions. So I basically help anybody who has dreams in their lives. So and they actually know what their dreams are.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about people who say, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they sit in the same chair for years.
Yeah. Great point, because I speak to so many women, and there's a common theme. A lot of people do know where they're heading and where their goal is and what they're trying to achieve, but a lot of people don't. I ask them, okay, so what are your hopes and dreams in the next sort of 12 months time, 5 months time? A lot of 5 years time, that a lot of them haven't even thought about it, or they're like, oh, I want to do this, but oh no, I can't do that, or they're like, oh no, I haven't even thought about it. I don't even know. And it's like, how are you going to know where you're going? Any road's going to get you there if you don't know where you're going. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
and you know what? There's a beauty of this human mind. It loves specificity.
Yeah.
When you are so specific about few things, like I want $5,000 in a month. So you are actually giving that command to your mind that it's $5,000 which I want in 1 month. So that's a command which you are giving, and your mind loves that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to money, it has to be specific. When it comes to relationship, it has to be specific. What sort of relationship do you really want?
Yeah.
Or probably, because it's a very vast topic to discuss, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because every relationship is different. But there is one thing which is common in all the relationships, and that is love.
Yeah.
And love is one thing wherein, love is all about giving.
Yeah.
Love is not about getting.
Yeah.
Love is all about giving. When you know what the best you are giving to the person at this point in time, I guess that's That's the point. And relationships, be it an intimate relationship, be it a business relationship, be it friends, be it family, be it any relationship that you have, the base of any relationship is love.
Yeah.
When
And
you
giving.
have love, when you have love in there, I can bet on it, you will never have a failed relationship.
Yeah. It's a great point, and something that you brought up before, which I'll say before I forget, is, you can help people in relationships and business and that kind of thing. But I think, and would you agree that, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So, if you're happy in your relationship and, you're feeling loved and trusted and confident and just empowered and amazing, that's going to reflect in your health, that's going to reflect in your business, and that's just going to reflect in how your whole day rolls out. If you're feeling, a bit crappy or a bit down, and then, you eat the junk food and you drink the booze or you have a cigarette, and then things are hard, opportunities don't come to you, it has a flow-on effect and like a filter effect to every aspect of your life. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely do. There is something called as a law of attraction.
Yeah.
I strongly believe in that. I strongly believe in that. Whatever happens in your life, whatever happens in your relationships, your finances, your health, your attitude, your career, blah, 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 whatever happens, you are responsible for that. I strongly believe that, because you attract things. If you are feeling crappy, you are actually attracting more crap in your life.
Yeah.
How can you expect happiness in your life when you are actually sitting sad? Doesn't work that way. How can you expect, $1 million when you really don't, when you don't feel that you are worthy enough of getting those $1 million. So you have to be ready to receive things. Unless you are ready, you would never receive things. That's how I believe it. So and this law of attraction works every second of your day. Every second it works. And like we have the law of gravity, you cannot really you cannot dispute that one. That exists. So even if you don't know law of attraction, that does not mean that it is not working. It is working every second of your life, and you have to bloody think about that.
Exactly.
Everything starts from here. Money, it's a mind game. Health, it's a mind game. Relationship, it's a mind game. Everything around you is a mind game. Losing weight, mind game. I have lost it. I was 92 kilos when I came to Australia, and now I am around 78, 79 at the moment. And I'm still on the journey to lose it another 15, 20 kilos in coming through 3 months. So it's like, it's a journey, and you should know. To give an example of, how things work, let me just share my inside story of how I landed in Australia. It's a very, I think it's a very inspiring story, and it can inspire people to possess the attitude of never say die. So when I first came to Australia, that was in 2011. I came here for 3 months, and it was a project transition. I just completed the transition, went back. I fell in love with Sydney so much that I was so desperate to come, and I was just not getting any chance to come. One day I just decided that I must be landing in Sydney. I have to be in Sydney. I will work in Sydney, otherwise I'll die. I just got that feeling, and I got so passionate and so desperate to come. And to be very upfront and vulnerable with you guys, I'm not so much of educated to to come here and to be here. That's how I used to feel, even though having pretty good qualifications, but I used to feel that coming in Australia is like, it takes a lot of skills and stuff like that. And then I started putting my efforts. So to cut the long story short, for a period of 14 to 16 months, it took me hardcore sheer efforts. I sent more than 3,000 emails to people, in Australia, the HR people, the recruiters in Australia, specifically in Sydney. And and I was just sending emails and doing the follow-ups. And India is basically 5.5 hours behind Australia. So it's like at this point in time, it will be like 5.5 hours, just 2:30 in the afternoon in India. So I used to cover the window of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. AEST. So that was like 2 o'clock in the night till 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I used to be awake in this time, and I used to just chase people. I used to follow up. I used to call all the recruiters. So everybody, by the end of these 16 months, every recruiter in Sydney probably had my CV and they knew me by my name.
Yeah.
and there was just one person who just discovered that this is something insane. This girl is insane and she's mad. So, and he understood it because he is another mad person. So he understood that madness towards it.
Like attracts like.
Absolutely. See, the law of attraction works. So I attracted this person in my life, and he actually just found out one position where I was like little kind of okay for that position, and he just helped me to come in Australia. He told me specifically that for 3 months I can take your responsibility to take you to Australia, but to survive, it's completely your own responsibility. I would not take that one. And I'm like, just call me, otherwise I'll die.
Yeah.
And that happened, and it's been 2 years now. I mean, my sponsorship was taken over by another person, by another company, and now I'm still working, and my residency is in progress now. So that was another thing which I planned, and now I got it. So
fantastic.
I believe in designing your life.
Yeah.
Either you drive your life or the life drives you.
100%.
Choice is yours.
100%. You nailed it on the head. So I think, a lot of people, there's almost a bit of an awakening at the moment. Would you agree? With The Secret, even though it's been out for a few years, and the kind of personal development industry has kind of boomed since the 80s. It didn't really exist before then until, thought leaders kind of brought this stuff into the surface, and people were like, wow, what is this stuff? What is this book? And kind of opening up the mind of what's aware. But 100%, we do create what we think about most, and what we bring about, what we think about, we bring about it. It works every time. So I think it's really important to just keep waking, more people up to what's possible, because there's such a huge part of society that is so closed thinking, and at effect and not cause, and it's always someone else's fault, and it was the country I was born in, or the school I went to, or my family or my upbringing. It's always someone else's fault, but we create our own luck.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe in taking ownership of your own stuff. Be accountable, and take that ownership. Whatever you are creating, it's you who's creating that, and not anybody else.
Yeah.
So if it is the sadness in your life, you are creating it.
Yeah.
If it is the happiness in your life, you are creating it. So it's like it's the same thing. And getting back to the personal development thing, honestly, Danielle, I feel that there are many people who have really read this secret, and what I believe is it's not enough.
No.
It's really not enough to just read that book. That book gives you a lot of knowledge and stuff, but then the real thing is the implementation of that particular stuff. And you must know how to implement the secret. Otherwise, it's of no use.
Yeah.
It's really of no use. Yeah.
And you can speak to people, and they're like, okay, I've got this picture. I know what kind of car I want, or I know I want to go to Greece, or for example, or anything. I know I can see the house I want, but if they can't take it a step further and go into the vibration of having already manifested that, or the feeling of driving that car, and they'll be like, why isn't it showing up? I know what I want. Where is it? And it's that feeling of taking it a step further and bringing that to fruition as well, which so many people miss.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a very big step which is called the visualization. Unless you visualize that house, that car, that office, or that particular business, or those spreadsheets of your profits and stuff, you have to visualize all that. Unless you visualize things, never going to manifest. I can bet on that one, because I know how crazy I was to come to Sydney. I literally used to walk on the streets of Sydney, and I was like day awake. My eyes were like this, but then I used to see that I'm walking on the streets of Sydney, and I literally used to feel that breeze, and that I'm actually, I used to live at Bondi Beach, so I used to remember all those, those vibes and those, those breeze and just walking on the sand, and how that used to feel to your feet. And it was like, you must visualize all that and feel it, because the law of vibration comes much more before the law of attraction. That's sure. You must, we all are basically vibrations, and we give out those vibes. If somebody is, it's sad or who's angry, you get those vibes from that person. You don't really have to talk to that person, you get those vibes. If somebody is happy, you don't really have to talk to that person, but you can feel that he's happy, he's in that nice and good mood. So it's like you can get that. So these are the vibes which come. Why, when an angry person gets into the room gets those vibes. So it's like, it's all the law of vibration. So
one question I will ask you, because I know that a lot of the women I work with are asking this, and it's a very fine line. So I'd love to get your perspective on it, because it's something that you, I believe, specialize in. So the fine line is between thinking prosperously, thinking this is what I'm creating, and then say, for example, a bill will come in, and it's like that constant reality between, oh, I'm thinking up here, this is great, oh no. Keeping in that state, that positive state of mind, and thinking prosperously, as opposed to, something will come up and you'll get out of that state and get back to reality.
It's a real nice question. It's to be honest, it's when something happens, there are only two things that a person can do. Either he can react to that, or he can respond to that. It's either of the same, and nothing else can happen. It's either you respond or you react. When you know that a bill has come, that's okay. Embrace it. That's a reality at the moment, but that does not mean that you would never ever going to get profits or checks.
100%.
It's simple. You have to believe it. Unless you believe in that, it's nothing going to happen.
No.
So when a bill comes in and you look at that and you think, oh my gosh, it's a bill. There you go. That's the striker, because it's okay. Unless you pay that bill, how will you get that electricity? It's simple. It's very simple. How will you get your things going if you don't have if you don't get those bills? So it's cool.
Turn the bills into gratitude. Be thankful for them. be thankful that the envelope has an address where you live, with a roof. So,
and you know what? There's a little trick which I would like to share with all the lovely ladies here. There is this visualization thing or a step is really, really important. You have to visualize all those zeros in the balance, in the account balance you have. Whenever you see a few thousand there, just add another three zeros next to it. There's no harm in doing it. Close your eyes and imagine that. That it is there, and believe in that. That belief is so bloody important. If you won't believe in your own beliefs, it's not going to work.
100%. The power of visualization and keeping up that personal development, and just always constantly learning. The person who thinks that education is finished at school is, without being rude, isn't really going to go far in life, because even when you're 75 or 80 or 90, you should still be learning. I believe. I really believe that.
Absolutely, because you have to keep learning. See, it's a very simple logic. Even a computer needs an upgrade every time. So if you are not upgrading, your software is getting degraded. So you have to keep upgrading yourself in order to go ahead and move ahead with the world. So you have to keep doing that. And if you are not doing it, it's not going to last forever.
No. especially the way the world's speeding up. The years are getting faster every year, and technology is getting out of control with with what we can do in our businesses and in our life. So if we can utilize that and keep up to date with that, that's amazing. So I know you mentioned you did have your coaching business in India, so you're wanting to obviously do something similar in here. So tell us a little bit about sort of where we can find you for, maybe not right now, but in the future once the website is up and running, and a little bit about what you're planning to do in the near future.
See, at this point in time, Facebook is where you can find me. I'm the only smile coach on the Facebook at the moment, so you can find me with my name, Suchita Prasad. My website is just under construction, so it's like suchitaprasad.com is the domain, so you can search me there. Just it is just there. It will be up and running in I should say a couple of months. At this point in time, I do work with the clients. I mean, there is a program. There's a program which I have designed, which is called the Intensive. It's basically a coaching program where I direct the person where exactly he needs to focus in order to achieve his or her dream or her goal, basically. So we all tend to divert on the things which we don't want in our life, like the bills. We don't want those bills, or we don't want tensions or stress, or we don't want bad health and stuff. So all of us focus on the don't want things what we don't want. But what I do is I get the people back on track to what they should be focusing on. They should be focusing on what I want thing than what I don't want. So it's a fight, and it's basically I get into the in depth of why the person is basically thinking like this, because we as coaches, we have to analyze the things. As if what is making the person think like this, and why is the belief like this, and why not like that. So what I do in this intensive program is basically getting the person back on track on how he exactly should be thinking in order to achieve his or her dream. So this intensive is a 30-day program, and then at the end of the 30th day, I can guarantee that the person has a shift. He or she will definitely experience the shift in the thinking pattern, because I believe that thought becomes thing. So it's like
100%.
that happens. So that is there, and you can email me on ultimatesmilecoach@gmail.com. That's the address which you can email me if you have any query or if you need any help. Just do let me know. It won't cost you, but it will definitely be helpful for you.
It will cost you if they don't contact you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being part of this, Suchita. I can really feel your energy, and can feel that you provide your clients with a huge service and heart. And you are right. It's all about giving, whether that's relationships or business relationships or whatever. If the other person always comes first, and you just come from the heart and give, you're not at a it's a nice flow, and it works really well. And when they get what they want, you will always get what you want, but it's always them first. So
absolutely, it's always giving. The more you give, the more you get is the law. It's another law. The more, and there are so many things. I mean, when it comes to the personal development thing, I mean, this area is. There are so many things to learn. I mean, every time you find you try to learn something, there's another thing which is coming up. So you keep learning yourself, and you must, because if you really want to succeed in life, you should know what success means to you, how it feels, how it tastes, how you would be feeling when you are successful, what you should be doing or what you should not be doing, kind of a thing. You should know everything, and it's like it all starts with the giving. So when you start being generous, you can see the changes.
Definitely. Well, thank you again so much, and really looking forward to watching you grow. And all the best with your visa. I'm sure that it'll be an awesome experience, and really looking forward to as I say, watching you grow and help change as many lives as you can. Because I can see you've got a big heart. It's filling right up on the computer screen, and you can change a lot of lives. So thank you so much again for your time, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Oh, yes, same here. And it was a pleasure being with you here, Danielle. And thank you so much for this opportunity. And as I always say to all my clients, keep smiling and stay blessed.